Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about doing some assemblies here so that parts can still move. One of the things I'm going to use here quite a bit is our constraints, and I'm going to use a make constraint. What I'm going to do here is we're used to just clicking on surfaces and having those surfaces be mated up. What I'm going to do now is you're going to see me, we're going to use what's called an axial constraint. So what we're looking for here then is that line. You see that line that just popped up there? And the way we get that is typically we click on the inside of something. So what I'm going to do here is, before I get it too far into place, what I'm going to do is do a thing here called move. Alright, or a free rotate. I'm going to click on this because I want the axle, I want this part out here. Alright, I want that part right there to be sticking out. So I'm going to go to constraint here again, and I'm going to the inside, and now I've got my axial constraint, and I want it to line up with that axial constraint. What it does now is it automatically locks those together. If I hit apply, I can pull this out and this will still rotate, notice. Alright, so what I've done is I've locked it on the same axis. The next type of constraint I'm going to do here with this then is I'm no longer looking for the axial. What I want to do is I want to get to the edge here. I want this circle, and I'm going to rotate this around here, and I'm going to go right here to that circle. And what that's going to do now is it's going to put those two circles locked together. So now this is locked together, but yet it can still spin. It can't come out, alright, because it's locked on that axis, so it can't wobble. Again, some more examples of this then is I'm going to take my rim, I'm going to turn it first, so I'm going to do what's called a free rotate. So it's just, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it just gives it somewhat in the right direction. Now I'm going to do, again, I'm looking for that axial constraint. Sometimes you have to zoom in a little bit to get to it. And I can click anywhere it's on the circle because that axis is in the middle of this. So notice it locks those in place. Let's say apply. All I've done so far though is lock that rim and the axes together. The rim can slide back and forth, and this is the one that students forget to do quite a bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in so that I get to this little line right here. Is going to be locked in with this line right there. So let's do a constraint, make constraint. I'm going to zoom in. Now what I want here, and I could do the outside, but I'm going to do the inside circle. Notice I don't want the line, I want just the circle. And then over here I want that circle to line up with this circle right there. And what we've got here now is my rim can spin, but it won't come off. The last one I'm going to do here then is how to do the tires. I don't necessarily want the tires to be able to spin like that because the tires can't spin. So what I'm going to do here first of all is I'm going to do a flush constraint. I'm going to say this part of the tire I want to be flush with that part of the tire. The last thing I'm going to do here, I don't know if it's the last thing. Alright. Oh shoot. Right there. Hit apply. The next thing I'm going to do then is I am going to do an axial constraint. So here I'm clicking on the inside of the tire, and I'm going to go up here, and again I can click on anywhere on the rim because it shows me this line. What I'm wanting is those two lines, the center lines, to align, and now that puts the tire right there on the rim. Now I think by doing this the tire can still rotate. I don't know that there's a way that we can make it so that the tire can't rotate. Alright, but what we've got here then is our tire can rotate, and I believe So our tire is able to rotate there on that. Well, hey, that's all I'm going to show you here for this part of the video. I'll catch you on the flip side.